So very recently, I got a chance to collaborate with QuickMagic AI, and I've spent some time on their platform, and I think now it is a good time and opportunity to share that with you. Now, QuickMagic AI is actually a platform that is somewhat similar to Mixamo. We have already used Mixamo in this course when we rigged and animated the character for the first shot. We provided Mixamo with a character, and then we labeled the bones of that character, and then we used an animation preset to download the animation for our first shot. Now, QuickMagic actually goes way beyond that. The way QuickMagic works is all you need to do is to provide QuickMagic with a video file. You can also record a video of yourself, or you can also download some stock footage online. For example, in here you can see that I have this stock footage of this guy doing some sort of martial arts in here. So what QuickMagic is going to do is it's going to take the movement of all of his arms, his body, his legs, his posture, everything into account, and then apply that same animation to your character. Okay, let me demonstrate this. Now in here you can see that I have this video file in the form of MP4 format, and I downloaded this video file from pexels.com free of cost. I'll leave the link of that video file in the description as well so that you can follow along this tutorial. I'm gonna simply select this file, drag it, and drop it in here. Now it's gonna take some time to evaluate and process the footage. To use QuickMagic, you need to sign up for an account, and you can do so by using an affiliate link in the description below. By using that referral link, you'll receive 70 V-Coins free of cost, which will allow you to check out how powerful this platform actually is. And as you can see, the processing is complete. In here you can see that I have some presets to choose from. We have Unreal 5.5, we have Mixamo, we have Unreal 4 as well. I'm gonna select Unreal 5.5 in here, and I'm gonna click on next. And in here now we have a few options to choose from. I'm just gonna click on T-pause in here, and Unreal 5.5 is fine. And in here I'm gonna select the second option instead because the video file is full of some very aggressive moves. So that's why I'm gonna use the second option in here, and I'm gonna click on Generate Now. It's gonna take some time to process. Okay, so I believe the processing is complete. Let's open up this thing. And there we go. As you can see that QuickMagic has done an amazing job in here. You can see that we have some very natural looking movement with this character. Okay, so I'm gonna now click on download. Okay, so the download is complete. I'm gonna extract this file right here. And I'm gonna open up this folder. This is the FBX file. I'm gonna open up Unreal Engine. I'm gonna go into this 3D models folder. I'm gonna open up the QuickMagic AI folder that I created for this FBX file. I'm gonna drag this FBX file. In fact, I'm gonna drag select everything and bring all of them into Unreal. I'm gonna click on import all. And let's create a level sequence. I'm going to go into cinematics and click on level sequence. I'm going to call it as QuickMagic. I'm going to open up this thing. First, let me save everything. And I'm going to drag select this skeletal mesh and bring it into the scene. Let's create a material in here. I'm gonna open up this material, and first I'm gonna drag these two materials and bring them here. Let me bring this here and this one here. This one is the emissive material, I believe. I'm gonna connect it with emissive color. And this one is the base color. I'm gonna connect it with base color. I'm gonna save everything. And I'm going to come out of this one. Let's select this material, and I'm going to apply this material in here. I'm going to just press Control D to duplicate this material, and I'm going to delete these two, and I'm going to select these two textures in here, bring them in here, and I'm going to connect it with the base color, and I'm going to connect this one with emissive color. Let's save everything. I'm going to come out of this one, and let's apply this material in here as well. There we go. I'm going to now go into the level sequence. I'm going to drag this skeletal mesh and bring it in here. Let's click on this add button and select the animation. And as you can see, we have this perfect animation in here. Let me just adjust the end area. There we go. I'm going to click on play. And as you can see, we have successfully applied that animation of that character in here. So this is how you can use QuickMagic.ai in your workflow. And as you can see that you can just imagine that if you use any software such as Blender or Maya or anything like that to rig this character and then animate it like so, it's going to take a ton of time. And also it saves you from purchasing a ton of expensive gear if you're looking for something very natural and very realistic. All you have to do is to record a video of yourself using your phone. If you do not want to do that, you can also use some online stock footage and simply provide QuickMagic with that video file and let its AI take it from there. Make sure you sign up for an account using the referral link in the description below. It will give you 70 V-Coins free of cost, so you can check out for yourself how powerful this platform actually is. Now let's get back to the video. Let's now begin our working on the third shot. First of all, I'm just going to go in here and delete these assets that we have for the first shot. I probably should have done this in the previous video, but let's do that right now. I'm just going to select all these assets and delete them. I think these are the clips. I'm just going to select them from the outliner and delete them. I'm going to delete these two from here. And I'm also going to delete the Minerva assets as well. There we go. Let's get closer to this thing. And yeah, we have a couple of more assets. I'm just going to get rid of this character and I'm going to delete this one as well. I'm not going to delete these assets because I need them down the road for the surface. So I'm just going to now go in here and let's save everything. Now I'm going to go into my content folder. I'm going to select this level and I'm going to press Ctrl D on my keyboard to duplicate this level. I'm just going to open up this level, save everything. And now as you can see that we are inside level 3. As I said in one of my previous videos, don't delete these two levels. Inside level 1, we have all the working that we did so far for shot 1. And inside level 2, we have all the working that we've done for the second shot. If you delete these two levels, you're going to lose all the progress and all the working that you've done so far. So don't delete these two levels, just duplicate level 2 and open up level 3. I'm just going to now go into my outliner and I'm going to quickly close all these folders. I'm going to hide these two lighting setups. And let's now create a basic structure for our third shot. First thing is first, I'm just going to go into this drop-down menu and create a landscape. I'm going to go into landscape mode and I'm going to simply click on create. It's going to create a new landscape. I'm going to go back into selection mode because the surface for the third shot is going to be pretty flat. So I don't really need to sculpt anything on this landscape. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select the surface assets from the scene. I'm going to select all of them from the outliner. And I'm going to move them on x-axis and I'm going to rotate them on z by 90. And let's just place them somewhere around this area. I'm just going to get closer to this thing and I'm going to delete these tracks because we'll create them from scratch for our third shot. And I'm also going to just select these spotlights from the outliner and disable them for now. I'm going to keep all these assets because as I said earlier, I need them for my surface. For now, I'm just going to keep them here. Okay, so I think I should also get rid of the foliage actor as well. We'll work on the foliage later on. For now, I'm just going to delete it. Okay, so let me now just give you a brief idea behind the animation. Of course, you may have already seen the animation that we're going to create for our third shot, but still, I'm just going to give you a brief idea. And the idea for the third shot is that we're going to bring in a new character into the scene, and that character is going to act as an intruder. He'll have his own speeder or hoverbike, whatever you want to call that thing, and he's going to be moving along negative y-axis like so, and it's going to be chased by these two patrol troopers. Okay, it's a pretty simple and straightforward idea that we're going to work on. And for that, you can see that we have these two sci-fi hoverbikes already in the scene to give the chase. But what we do not have in our scene is the main subject of our shot, which is going to act as an intruder on its own hoverbike or speeder. So to bring the third character into our scene, what I'm going to do is I'm going to migrate the assets of that character from a different project. I'm going to first of all save everything. And I'm going to go into this assets folder and open up this project file. Of course, I'll provide you this project with the course. Okay, now I'm going to open up this level. And inside this level, you can see that we have a couple of assets that we're going to use in our course. First up in here, you can see that we have this sci-fi speeder. And of course, the credits of the sci-fi speeder goes to this guy from cgtrader.com who provided us with this asset for absolutely free. And the texturing is done by myself by using Substance Painter. So the second thing that I have in here is this sci-fi droid or intruder, whatever you want to call this thing. Of course, the credits for creating this sci-fi speeder goes to this guy from cgtrader.com who provided us with this model for absolutely free. And I have the same model in here, but I just rigged it into Blender and placed it on the speeder. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select these two assets and migrate them to our project file. We have another asset in here as well. We don't need this right now, but we're going to definitely need this for our future shots. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the speeder folder, and I'm just going to enable my static mesh filter, select all the static meshes that I have in here, and I'm going to press my right mouse button. I'm going to go into asset actions, and I'm going to click on migrate. You don't need to worry about migrating textures and materials. It will automatically grab them by itself. You just need to press OK and go into the content folder of your project, and then simply click on select folder. It's going to take some time to migrate all the assets. Okay, so we have successfully now migrated the speeder. Let's go into attack droid, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one as well. I'm just going to press my right mouse button and migrate this asset. I'm going to press OK. And I'm going to make sure that I've selected the content folder of my project. Let's now close this thing and go back to our project. And as you can see, now we have a couple of new folders in our content folder. We have the speeder folder and we have this attack droid folder. Okay. So let's go into the speeder folder, and I'm going to enable the static mesh filter. I'm going to select all these static meshes, and let's bring them into our scene. I think it didn't work. Let's try this thing again. There we go. I'm just going to press F to focus, and yeah, looks good. Let's move all these assets to a new folder. I'm just going to rename this as speeder. And I'm also going to select these two propellers from here. And I think I'm going to have to adjust their position. Pretty straightforward. I'm just going to select this one. I'm going to move this thing on X. I'm going to move this thing on Y, move it up on Z to just about there, and maybe move it on X like so. I'm just going to pull this thing up on Z, move it on Y, and let's move this thing back on X. Let's see how this thing actually looks like. Maybe I should fractionally move this thing on Y and on Z as well. Yeah, I think now it looks pretty good. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna now just go ahead and copy the location of this propeller. And I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna paste that location for this one. And now I can simply just move this thing on Y. I'm gonna move this thing like so. And there we go. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay. So I'm gonna now save everything, and let's now bring in the sci-fi character or droid that we also migrated along with the speeder. Okay. I'm gonna remove the static mesh filter, and I'm gonna go into this attack droid folder. I'm gonna bring it into the scene, and let's rotate this thing on Z by 90. I'm gonna move this thing on X. I'm gonna move this thing on Y, and uh, let's move this thing like so. I'm gonna move this thing on Y, maybe on X, maybe just about there, and maybe just about there on X. And I think I should bring this thing down on Z axis as well. Let's see. Yeah, I think I should. I'm just gonna move this thing down on Z like so, and move this fractionally on Y just about there, maybe here. Okay. Maybe I should bring this thing fractionally up on Z. Yeah, now it looks a lot better. Yeah, the position looks good, but if you look closely on this character, you can see that the textures on this thing are somehow all broken up. So for that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into edit, I'm gonna go into project settings, and I'm gonna search for virtual textures, and I'm gonna check this box. It's gonna ask me to restart the program. I'm gonna save everything and restart Unreal. I'm gonna now go into content, and let's open this third level. And I'm gonna close this window. Let's hide these two lighting setups, and let's get closer to our speeder and see how this thing actually looks like. Yeah, now you can see that the textures on this thing are all fixed up. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this lesson, and in the next lesson we'll start working on the animation for the third shot. So I'll see you guys in the next one.